Hi Soulies! It's Amanda. So today I wanted to hop on here and just talk to you guys about meditation. I'm somebody who was brought to the practice of yoga because of dealing with anxiety, and I was in a space of feeling really overwhelmed. I'm wondering if you guys are feeling similar to the way that I am, where you have a to-do list a mile long. There's so many responsibilities and expectations being thrown at you, especially if you guys are parents. I don't know how you do it if you're a parent, especially with more than one child. I mean, I can't imagine what the overwhelm must feel like. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about meditation. Meditation is a wonderful way to take a mindful moment to stop and to just focus on our breath and to sit. Now, if you're like me, when I first heard about this practice, I was very skeptical. I thought, wow, meditation is great, but I don't really believe that it can do very much for me. But it turned out I started meditating consistently about 4 years ago, and since then I've seen a dramatic change in the way that I show up to the responsibilities in my life, and also to the way that I react to people around me, especially confrontation. It's like my husband and I, if we just have a little disagreement or an argument, rather than just react, which is the way that I normally am, I have the ability to choose to slow down, focus on my breath, take that moment, and then decide how I'm gonna react. It's definitely shown me a shift in my own life. So that's why today's tip is to take a mindful moment with meditation. It's actually scientifically proven that meditation helps to shrink the amygdala. So the amygdala is the part of the brain that controls our fight or flight response. And there were brain scans done on people that had consistent meditation practices, and those people's amygdala was actually shown on the scans to be smaller than the amygdala of people that didn't meditate. So that's a pretty exciting fact. And because of that, I think that there's no better way to learn about meditation than to actually just do it. So I'm gonna invite you to make your way to a seat, and if you're already sitting, great. The first thing that you want to consider is stacking of your hips. So you always want the hips to be a little bit higher than the knees. So if you're somebody who meditates the same way I do, usually you probably sit cross-legged. So if you do that and you sit flat on the floor or flat on a chair, I'm going to invite you to start to use a pillow. So let me grab my pillow. It's right here. So then take your pillow and bring it right underneath your seat. So when you sit up on the pillow, you're actually gonna see that you get a little bit of an anterior tilt right in the pelvis. So this way your spine comes to a little bit more of a neutral position. If you like to just sit up in a chair without sitting cross-legged, if that doesn't work for you, that's fine. You don't necessarily need the pillow then. And you would just allow your legs to come over and then your feet to be planted firmly on the floor, because that connection of your feet to the physical space can help to ground you throughout the course of your meditation practice. Another really great tool that you can utilize when sitting in meditation is a mudra. So that's the placement of the hands. So for me, in my own practice, I often use what's called calm abiding mudra, which is just taking the hands, placing them on the knees, and then walking them up towards your hips so that your shoulders stack over your hips and you can sit up nice and tall. There's also one that I've used called Hakini Mudra, which is taking the fingertips, placing them together, and leaving the space in between the palm of your hands. And when you do that, leaving the space in between the palm of your hands can allow a little bit of energy to feel like it's flowing there. You might feel a little warmth in the palms. Maybe you feel tingling. I mean, I don't want to put any expectation on you. Maybe you feel nothing, and that's fine too. So if you're choosing to do Hakini Mudra, place your hands in your lap and allow them to be there throughout your meditation practice. So now that your seat's all set up, I invite you to sit for just a few moments in meditation. So if you're somebody who thinks, oh, well, I don't have the time to commit to this, I'm gonna invite you to start to play with taking 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day, and then slowly start to work your way up to more time. If you already have an established meditation practice, great, join me, let's do it. If you don't, this is a great place to start. Just start exactly where you are and try not to overanalyze it, because I feel like there's a lot of people who a lot of my clients and people who I speak to say to me, well, don't I have to be calm to meditate? Don't I have to, find a quiet space? Don't I have to calm my anxious mind? And the answer to all of that is absolutely not. You just show up and sit. It's probably one of the easiest things that you can do, and just allow the experience to be as it is. So let's do it. Come to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Allow your eyes to slip closed and just focus on your breath. Start to notice, right, the texture of your breath, the temperature of your breath. Just get curious about it. As we sit here for just the next 2 minutes, notice if thoughts are showing up. So the mind was meant to think. It's doing its job. Try not to place any meaning on the thoughts that are showing up, but give yourself the space to experience them, to notice them, label them thinking, and then just come right back to your breath over and over again. There's always a chance to begin again. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, you can always straighten a leg, move your head, do what you need to take care of yourself, and then just come right back to your breath. Just drop your chin to your chest. Slowly deepen your breath. Feel free to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Drop your head back. Left ear to left shoulder. You can take some circles. All right, and when you feel complete, drop your chin back to your chest. Slowly allow your eyes to slip open, and welcome back to the space. So notice right here, do your shoulders feel a little bit looser? Mine do. Do you feel a little bit more into your body, a little more calm, a little more centered? And if you don't, as always, that's totally fine. Remember that this is a practice, and it's something that the more we do, right, the more we might find the benefits in our lives. So now I hope that you feel a little bit more ready to take on your to-do list, to deal with the kids and the dog and the spouse or the boyfriend or girlfriend and all the work responsibilities. I hope you feel grounded and centered, and I thank you so much for joining me for another chance to nourish your soul. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.